Hello everyone, Chris Profi, Musically Obsessed. So, this thing has been going around the VC for, well, you guys know more about it than I do, the whole whack-a-mole thing. I'm like, what the heck is whack-a-mole? So I watched a couple of videos, and obviously the idea is you randomly choose 5 albums out of your collection and then talk about them. And of course, we're not looking as we're choosing these albums. So you can see my albums behind me. I only have about 270 records. So you know what? I'm going to get into the game here. This is going to be the first contest that I've joined. So I'm going to randomly reach behind me and pull out some records and then talk about them. So let's see. We'll start over here. Okay, I'll put that one down. I'll choose this one. Okay, let's come over here. 3. Let's come over here. 4. And let's come back over to the beginning. And let's choose this one. Okay, so I'm not looking. I've got 5 albums. I don't know which albums they are. I am going to show you and talk about them. So this should be pretty easy because I only have like 270 records. I know some people who are doing this have thousands of records, so they really don't know what they're going to get. So let's see what I pulled out here. The first one, Beatles 6. And I believe that this is a reissue on the Capitol label. I think this reissue came out, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the 70s it came out. So, you know what? I love the Beatles, but I prefer later Beatles. I love Magical Mystery Tour. I love Sgt. Pepper's. I love Let It Be. I love the White Album. Beatles 6, I remember my dad had this album. It's a great album, though. I mean, you've got 8 Days a Week, which is awesome. I love Dizzy Miss Lizzy. I like Kansas City. I Don't Want to Spoil the Party. Every Little Thing. So, great album. But again, when I go to the Beatles, I go to the later Beatles. I just do. I know my mom is totally different. Like, she loves the first album, what was it called, With the Beatles, and then after that, she's kind of like, eh. And then she hated when they got into like the White Album and the more experimental music. So, but there's our first one in the whack-a-mole contest, Beatles 6. Whew. Okay, let's see what the next one is here. Oh, this is funny. This was a Record Store Day release from November. They Might Be Giants. This was the Don't Let's Start. And it's back with We're the Replacements, When It Rains, It Snows, and the famous Polka. And you know what? It was probably fate for me to pull this because I haven't even opened it yet. I love They Might Be Giants. I was a big fan since the album Flood. But I also love Lincoln. I love their first album. Even some of their latest albums I really like too. I had talked about this album before because I remember as a kid calling the number on here. And is it on here? I believe it was called Dial a Song. And you could call the number and hear some of the latest like little snippets of songs that They Might Be Giants were working on. I love their quirky humor. Just 2 very talented guys. I also have John Linnell's State Songs on CD, which is really good. But this album, like I said, I haven't even cracked it open. This is a 180-gram audiophile limited edition, hand numbered on crystal clear vinyl. Their first EP. So I guess somebody's telling me you gotta open this up. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Joni Mitchell, Mingus. Now, this is a Japanese pressing. This is my only Japanese pressing I have. Has the Obi strip on it. And this is on Asylum. And with the Japanese pressing, you also get, well, this is cool. This opens up. I think I showed this in my Joni Mitchell video. You've got lyrics, and then there's this cool, like, flap on the inside, and you have some artwork done by Joni Mitchell. And then, like with a lot of Japanese pressings, I also have the booklet that comes with it in Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. What do I feel about Mingus? Well, I'm a huge Joni Mitchell fan, as I said in my, Joni Mitchell video. Of course, I love Blue. I love Song of the Seagull, her first album. Hissing of Summer Lawns is one of my favorites. I love Don Juan's Reckless Daughter. Mingus is one of those albums that I dig, and it's starting to grow on me more, but it's really not an album that I pull out that often. I love God Must Be a Boogeyman. I like The Wolf That Lives in Lindsay. I love The Dry Cleaner from Des Moines. And there's just some really good jazzy stuff on here. By this point, Joni Mitchell had really totally lost that folk vibe from her early albums, and she was total like jazz, which is awesome. And I really do dig this album, and it's just not an album that I pull out that often, but it's special because it's my only Japanese pressing album that I have. So pretty cool. Whew, this is stressful. All right, that was the third album. Now, fourth. Again, I don't know what this is. Oh, yes. This was a Record Store Day release from this past November. Herbie Hancock, Direct Step. This came out on the Columbia label. And this, I think, was originally only released in Japan, correct me if I'm wrong, in 1979. It's got Butterfly, Shiftless Shuffle, I Thought It Was You. I've listened to this a few times. I love it. I'm a huge Herbie Hancock fan. I have his live album, Flood, and I have a bunch of his albums on CD as well. Oh, look at this. Here's the Obi strip. Actually, I lied. So I do have two albums with Obi strips, two Japanese pressings. Pretty cool. I forgot that this one was. I love Herbie Hancock. I've got a CD of his called The Prisoner, which I really dig. Man Child is a great album. So, yeah. This is a cool album, too. I'm going to have to... You know what? These are going to be the next 5 that I listen to, I believe. Herbie Hancock, Direct Step. And the last one. Oh, I am so happy I pulled this one out. Speaking of jazz, Black Flag, The Process of Weeding Out. Look what I'm wearing. The Process of Weeding Out t-shirt. Wow. Fate. I love Black Flag. I love this album. This album, here's what it looks like on SST. This has 4 songs on it. They're all instrumental. They're all cool, jazzy, punk songs with like just whacked out solos by Greg Ginn. You've got Kira on bass, Bill Stevenson on drums. Bill Stevenson is such an underrated drummer in the punk world. The songs in here, Your Last Affront, Screw the Law, that's side 1. And then side 2, The Process of Weeding Out, and Southern Rise. This album came out in 1985. Awesome, awesome album. One of my favorite Black Flag albums. And it's so funny because I'm wearing the t-shirt. If you like instrumental, avant-garde, jazzy, guitar madness, definitely check out Black Flag, The Process of Weeding Out. Great, great, great stuff. So, hopefully I did the whack-a-mole contest right. I randomly pulled 5 albums, talked about them with you guys. So, I'd love to know your thoughts. And listen, tomorrow is Wednesday, so we're almost to midweek. All right, enjoy the rest of your night. Listen to music.